Hello everyone, welcome back to Space Quest 2. Okay, so we're here on the platform, and just before we begin, thank you to the person who pointed out that there is another way to... There is a death here. I mean, the obvious way to die here is just to fall off. Ugh. After surviving to this point, you are still prone to acts typical of the mentally absent. So, yeah, that's the most obvious way to die, but if you want to get a little more creative, you can also just go back down the elevator. You head back down to the lower level. Unfortunately, you are met by an armed guard. You have been quite a headache. To make it up to them, you are strung between two hovercraft. On the command go, life leaves you in two different directions. As I said, the game does get pretty sadistic. It gets really creative and descriptive with some of these deaths. Okay, so let's continue on. So the big item of interest here is obviously the shuttle on this shuttle platform. The lush growth all around is nice, but we're more interested in this shuttle right now. So can I just say get into shuttle? You recall from when you landed the enter hatch being on the rear left of the shuttle. You have to move a little. Okay. Nice of the game to helpfully describe that. A lot of these adventure games kind of stumble from not telling you where exactly you need to stand to do something like this. So hey, I'm right around the rear left of the shuttle now. Can we try again? I'm at the rear left, but maybe I need to... I am at the rear left. Okay. I was just saying the game's being nice, but kind of indicating where we need to be, but obviously it's not... do I need to say something like open hatch or something? Oh, wait. Oh, pfft. The shuttle is left. Okay. We were looking at the front of the shuttle, so the left of the shuttle was our right. Duh. Okay. Well, I guess the game wasn't so helpful after all. That was kind of a little bit, well, it was a little bit of a dirty trick there, but I mean, I guess it's fair. Yeah, I mean, but I didn't really know that we were looking at the front side of the shuttle. It wasn't really very apparent to me, although I guess it should have been. But all right, anyway, we're inside. Let's take a look around. You're inside a shuttle cockpit. There is an instrument panel before you. Between your legs is a throttle. You can see the local treetops. I don't know if this is just my dirty mind, but I feel like the imagery here is intentional. Roger sitting like this with his hand kind of on this lever sticking up between his legs. It's kind of, I'm pretty sure it's meant to look like something that you can probably imagine if you just think about it for a moment. I'm pretty sure it's meant to evoke that. If this were like a King's Quest game, I might say maybe that was accidental, but I feel kind of certain that that was an intentional little visual gag there. Anyway, okay, so yeah, we can look out the window and see the nice trees there. You can see the local treetops. But yeah, obviously the compelling thing to do here, besides to fondle that lever, is to look at the control panel in front of us. So everything looks automatic. The panel is loaded with clusters of system status indicators. There's a power button, an attitude dial, and an ascent thruster button. Okay, so let's do first things first and push power. Okay. That seems to have worked. Looks like the power came on in a big way, judging by how the screens turned on. Look at the screens. Ascent thruster is not ready. Attitude system is horizontal control. Forward is ahead, back is reverse. Okay. So, like if I push forward, am I going to go ahead? Push lever. Push lever. There's no horizontal control until minimum altitude has been achieved. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it wouldn't really make much sense to move horizontally right now until we've taken off. Something reminds me of, sorry, I keep getting distracted by silly stuff, but do you know that meme picture? There's a meme picture that's been going around lately of, on one side there's, it's a GIF, or a GIF, so it's animated. So on one side there's a rocket going up and it says SpaceX. Then on the other side, there's a rocket which is trying to take off, but it kind of tips and starts going sideways, and the caption is Space Y. Because, you know, X and Y coordinates, one's going vertically, one's going horizontally. They got them mixed up. The vertical going rocket is X, and the horizontal going rocket is Y, but that's okay. We won't talk about that. Okay, so yeah, so we don't want to do that. We don't want to be like that rocket. We don't want to go horizontally until we're in the air. So I guess the smart thing to do is look at the controls. There's an attitude dial. So look at the attitude dial. The attitude dial sets throttle control to either VAC, vertical altitude control, or HAC, horizontal altitude control. It's currently set to HAC, horizontal. So, okay, so I guess turn the dial. Wow, that was a cool sound effect. It's now set to vertical control. Hold on, let me do that again, just for that cool ass sound effect. That is an awesome sound effect. Best sound effect ever. Okay, one last time. I have to do it again because we have to go vertical. Okay, so if we look at the screen now, so vertical control is good. So forward is descend and back is ascend. If I push forward, is it going to kill us by making us go down? Vertical controls are now ineffective. Why are they ineffective? I guess I need to enable those thrusters first. Hold on, look. Ascent thruster button. Push ascent thruster button. The shuttle begins to vibrate as the ascent thrusters ignite. Okay, cool. So now if we look at the screen, I'm going to guess... Was that meant to be like a puzzle? Just push the buttons to make things happen? All right, so we've turned on the ascent thrusters. We've set the attitude system to vertical control. So now theoretically we should be able to ascend by pulling back. But I'm just going to try pushing the lever and see what happens if you try to descend from here. Because you are terminally weak above the shoulders, you guide the ship into the ground. Okay. Okay, it does kill us after all. Just wanted to test that. I had a vague memory that it might kill us, but I haven't tried it for a long time. So okay, all right. Let's not fool around anymore. Let's do this for real now. So push the power button. Power's on. Turn the dial. Oh yeah, set it to vertical control. Push. I think we just say push ascend. Yep. That's got the thrusters going. Okay, I think that's all we need to do. So now, yeah, ascent thrusters are ready. We're on vertical control. So now we can ascend by pulling back on the lever. So pull lever. There we go. We're going up. I'm moving on up now. Away from Labian. My ship goes up, my ship goes up, my ship goes up, my ship ascends. I see the clouds. Okay. The sequence is kind of long. I mean, there's a bit of button pushing, but mostly it's just a lot of waiting. There's actually quite a bit of waiting in the sequence. There we go. You're off the planet. Good work, Roger Wilco. A tone sounds. A soft synthesized voice notes that adequate altitude has been achieved. Ascent thruster is now ineffective. The monitor draws your attention again. Okay, so minimum altitude has been achieved. So now, of course, as the game said, when we get to minimum altitude, you can enable horizontal control. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll hear this cool sound effect one last time. Oh, yeah. And now, forward is ahead, which makes sense. Ahead is forward. So push that lever. And we're flying. We're moving through space at the speed of... Probably not at the speed of light, at the speed of whatever speed this is. I don't know what speed this is, but we're moving at this speed. We're moving at the speed at which we're moving. I think that is a fact which cannot be denied. Oh dear. The screens are suddenly splashed with the incredibly horrible image of Sludge Vohall. Hello, Roger Wilco. I've been waiting for you. Once again, my subordinates have failed me. Anyway, it looks like you'll be visiting me again soon. Don't bother trying to pilot the vehicle. I've taken control. You'll be arriving at my command post shortly. I anxiously await your arrival. He closes with a chilling laugh. Blah. His image is frozen on the screens. The ship changes course as if it had a life of its own. All you can do is hang on. So yeah, I guess it makes sense that in the future ships like this would have automatic, like automated autopilot or like remote control autopilot. That the course of the ship can be controlled remotely by a central administration system. You feel the ship bank. Oh, now we're going backwards. The ship's going backwards. Oh, hey. It's that asteroid fortress. We're going back to the almost the start of the game, back to where we came from. Almost. Not to the very start of the game, but we saw this within like the first 5 screens or something like that. 3, when you see your apparent destination, Vohal's asteroid. This was probably a very high-tech, very advanced, very cool-looking docking sequence back in the day. Today it seems kind of primitive, but I'm sure this kind of cinematics was... pretty advanced back in the day. The massive bay doors meet, jarring the entire vehicle bay. As you step out, the shuttle door slams shut behind you. You're quite surprised not to find several of Vohal's guards waiting to greet you. You begin to wonder what the twisted scientist might have in store for you. Maybe he's tired of his minions failing him, because he said they failed him again, so maybe he wants to deal with us personally. All right, let's go ahead and save here as in asteroid, in the asteroid fortress. So there are 3 ways we can go out here. The quickest way to go is to go down from here, but we don't want to do that now, because the door behind you closes solidly, and not only that, but also a barrier springs up before you. And if you try to go the other way, guess what happens? Another barrier stands in your way. And not only that, you feel the floor shift below you. It's moving to the left. And yeah, Roger will actually move to the left with the floor, but once he reaches that left wall, obviously he can't go left anymore, so then he just kind of skids. Yeah, he will move to the left, but then move back to the right. It's just a step to the left and a step to the right. You get nudged against the wall, and then you die. Imagine, if you will, taking a bath in sulfuric acid and using pumice for a washcloth. After that bit of displeasure passes, it gets much worse as the acid slowly eats its way to the last critical organs. Finally, mercifully, death takes you. Oh, boy. Oh, we're on the other disc now. That's right, this is disc 1 of the 2 discs. So most of the time we played on disc 2, but now at the end we're getting close to the end of the game, actually, if you can believe it. This is already getting close. This is, we're out of the jungle, obviously, and back in the asteroid fortress. So this is where the last scenes in the game will take place. But we have some stuff to do here. So we can't go down that way until we have some inventory items that we need to deal with that little trap room there. So what do we have over here? We're in a rather large room to the west of the vehicle bay. There are 2 elevated walkways here. One leads to an elevator in the middle. The other leaves the room to the right and left. So yeah, there are 2 walkways here. The one that's kind of in the front of the screen, we can't get to that yet. We'll have to get to that later. But for now, we're back here, and yeah, so you can go down, you can go left to that elevator there, or you can go right to another elevator. And these elevators are interconnected. They all go to the same floors. So there's not really any very strong reason to pick one or the other. I'll take this one, and we'll see why later. But for now, let's take a look. So we're in a small capsule-shaped enclosure, which is the elevator. Above the door is a digital radar, which leads to level 1. The other feature is a rectangular panel. Let's look at that panel. There's a vertical row of 4 buttons. There's some small engraving at the bottom edge of the panel. Read engraving. The engraving lists Bobco Lift Division, a subsidiary of Bobco Incorporated, universally famous makers of Nad's hamster tape. Okay. Boldly go where no one has gone before. Okay. It's nice. I was actually more interested in what the buttons say because, yeah. So this is like I don't know if this is supposed to be a gag or what, but there's no floor 2. There's a floor 1, 3, 4, and 5. So if you push, like you can actually say push 2, and it'll say, hey, wake up, there is no button 2. If we say push 6, it just doesn't understand. So they didn't expect people to push 6, but they expected people to push 2. Okay, so we can't do 2, but we can probably do 3. And we go directly to floor 3, because there is no floor 2. You have the funny feeling you're being watched. Yeah, so I mean, I guess Vohal is watching us on these cameras. He's just kind of playing with us. I guess he just wants to see what we'll do. But yeah, we have 3 floors here to explore, floors 3, 4, and 5. This is kind of a slow part of the game. This is a little bit of a slower portion of the game because mostly what we're doing here is just grabbing inventory items. This is really just a place to collect some inventory items. So we'll just kind of walk through these corridors and grab any items that we might find here. And it's not that bad, but it's just, it would be nice if Roger would walk a little faster, but on the Apple IIgs versions of the games, you can't adjust Roger's walk speed. You can change the machine speed, but unlike in the DOS versions of these games, that does not change the... Oh dear. That's annoying. Let me go ahead and save the game here. I'll just save as collecting, because this is going to be a long collecting run, collecting all the different parts and stuffs here. Let's just see what happens if that thing connects with us. That is what happens. It looks like you've been formally introduced to the floor waxer. You now consist of a very thin yet glossy floor covering. Too bad, you seem to be making relatively good progress. So, yeah. Ideally, we'd have a place to get out of the way, but like that door that we just saw, like we were getting close to that door. If we had just had like a few seconds more, we could have gotten to that door and opened it and gotten out of the way of this floor waxer. But since there's no way out here, there's no way around it, as far as I know. Hold on, let me just see. I don't think you can... It might look like there's some space to the side, but nope, there is not. You really can't... you can't dodge it unless you're at a point where one of those doors leads to a side room, but we are not there yet, so I'm going to have to go all the way back, and this is pretty annoying, but oh well. Yeah, this part of the game... This is probably the low point of the game. It's not horrible, but it's a little bit tedious, especially dealing with a floor waxer. Like, especially having to dodge the floor waxer like that gets really tedious. But even if you didn't have to do that, it would still be just a little bit boring because all we're really doing is just walking through these corridors and just picking up whatever we find. So, and yeah, like I said, unfortunately we can't speed it up. Look at the windows here. All I can see are billions and billions of stars, which I believe was Carl Sagan's famous commentary on the quantity of stars in our universe, or at least in our galaxy. I mean, I guess you can't really see all the stars in the universe. All the stars that we can see are probably the stars in our galaxy. Actually, no, you can see stars in other galaxies, can't you? I'm actually not sure about that. Can you see stars in other galaxies, or I don't know. Anyway, or is it just other nebula? I don't know. Anyway. So we need to go into that room there, but just for exploration's sake, let's head down this way and see if there's anything else here. I don't think there's anything else on this floor. I think there's just that one room on this floor. But let's see. We have... let's be patient and thoroughly explore these floors. Okay, yeah, so this just takes us back here. So the way the elevator is crossed around is kind of weird. I went into the right elevator, and it takes you to the left elevator on the floors, on the upper floors here. I don't know how that works or why, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so we can't just open the door. You have to push that button on the wall there. Whoops. Oh, I ran out of time. Need to be a little faster than that. Aha! You know, a janitorial closet when you smell one. Almost at once you sense an emptiness, a melancholy longing. You begin to feel homesick. All right, so what do we have here? It's quite dark in here. You do find a plunger, however. All right, can we get that plunger? Okay. Feel around. Is there anything else that we can get here? I don't think there's anything else we can get here. Not sure, actually, but I don't think there's anything else we can get from that room. If it turns out that there is, I'll be quite cross. I don't remember where you get all the stuff. There are a few things that we need to get from rooms like that. And I think there are a couple of rooms where... What? Are you kidding me? How does that work? It was to the right of us. How did it get past us to the left side? That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense! Stupid. Yeah, this is just getting worse by the minute. It was bad enough when it was just long corridors like this that you just walk through and... What the heck? Are you kidding me? I wonder if... Okay, I wonder if we need to take the other elevator. I do not remember this happening. I don't remember this ever happening to me, that you have to actually, like... All right. Maybe this is the game's way of forcing you to take the other elevator, but I don't really understand why, because they both, yeah, it somehow leaps from this side to the other side. It doesn't make sense. All right, well, fine. All right, we're safe in here. It won't kill us in here. So let's go to floor 4. Yeah, it mostly doesn't matter what side you come from. There is one floor where it will become important what side we come in from. We'll see that. I think it's floor 5, the last floor, or the topmost, highest numbered floor. But we'll see why in probably not very much time. So I won't spoil the surprise. I mean, most of you know what it. I mean, most of you have played this game. You know what's going on. You know everything about this game probably. But for those of you who do not, I'll leave it a bit of a mystery. All right, what do we have here? It's quite dark in here. On the floor, you notice a glass cutter. Okay. The glass cutter. All right. Let's take a look at what we have. So we have a glass cutter. Looks like it's seen a lot of use. And we have a toilet plunger. Don't we? Okay. Doesn't understand. Toilet plunger is just a plunger. It's a standard issue plunger. All right. Is there anything else here? It's quite dark in here. All right. All right. So that's that for this room. Is there anything else on this floor? I don't remember. There are a couple of other rooms. There are like 2 or 3 other rooms where we will need to do stuff. Ah, here we go. There are 2 doors. So, you can probably guess from the symbols that this is a restroom. But it's kind of weird because even though the symbols are different, they both go to the same room. Like, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. The two doors go to the same room here. I don't know. You have stepped into a porcelain palace of sorts. It is obviously a restroom, a place which in an interesting fashion serves to exhibit the physical diversity of the universe. The walls are covered in an easy-to-hose-down synthetic material. Attached to them in various locations are devices designed to efficiently collect waste products from the life forms which are able to physically match up to them. On the back wall are stalls. 3 of them are in use, judging by the various feet which show beneath the stall doors. To the left are sinks. And on the right here, I guess, are the stalls. Can we say P? Oh, your urge is more serious than that. Can we look at the urinals? There's several stalls on the east wall, none of which are designed to accommodate humans. Okay. So you can see there are feet here, here, and here. But this stall here should be open. All right, can we sit on the toilet here? Have some decency, man. Close the door. All right. Close the door. All right. Sit on toilet. Okay. You slide your uniform pants down and settle onto the cool ring. You go through whatever motions might be normal for you during this act. Movement, sir, movement! Refreshed, you grab your pants and compose yourself. All right, that's nice. Can we sit on the toilet again? You've satisfied that urge for now. Okay, fair enough. So this is all just fun. What we actually need to do here is get the toilet paper. Don't forget to do that. Everything else here is just for fun. These are a few sheets of pumice quality toilet paper. Oh boy. And let's not forget to wash our hands. The faucets aren't operational. Vofol didn't seem big on personal hygiene. That's a shame. Oh well, we can live without it. We can survive without washing our hands. A little bit unfortunate that you can't do that, but oh well. We'll live. Okay. So we're getting close to the end of stuff, I think. I think there's nothing else for us to do on this floor. Yeah, that's the end of this floor. Okay. And now we'll just go to floor number 5 and grab whatever cool stuffs we can find there. Push 5. And we'll finish off this floor, and then we'll be done collecting the inventory items from this from these levels of the asteroid fortress. So, save here. And let's see now. No breakthroughs in interior design report. It's just one of the many tube-like sections of this custom asteroid. Can we open these doors? I think those are doors there. I believe this is the prison level. I believe these are cells holding prisoners. But yeah, we can't get into those rooms. Yeah, see that look at that cage there. As is common in all periods of cage design, vertical bars of a sturdy nature dominate the design. They look quite impenetrable. One of them has some fur wrapped around a couple sections of bar. Can we get the fur? No. Okay. Let's see what's in this room here. The small wastebasket on the floor next to it is a pair of crusty work overalls. Okay, so let's get the wastebasket. Okay. Aren't you amazed by how much stuff an adventure game hero can carry? You've just got to know how to pack. Yeah, adventure games, of course, like these make good use of hammer space. And let's get those overalls. You pick up the overalls. They are very small and quite worn out, not to mention filthy and of no use to you. You toss them back on the floor. As you set them down, something falls to the floor. Okay, what fell down? There is a lighter near it. Okay, let's get the lighter. Okay, let's take a look at what we got. So we got this sick lighter. It's almost empty, but it should serve well enough for the game. Got a wastebasket. It's an empty wastebasket. Okay, so we got the toilet plunger, we got the glass cutter, we got the toilet paper, we got this wastebasket, and we got the lighter. I think that's it. I think we're done. So I'll save one last time, but I think we got everything that we need. Let's just explore the rest of this hallway here. Youch! You feel alarmingly dense. Apparently you were a prime focal point for some aggression channeled by one of the caged creatures. Your compressed position indicates that your attacker possesses considerable strength, a good guide to avoid in the future. Of course, you are damaged beyond repair and the game must end. You've made quite a bit of progress, though. Don't start screwing up now. Well, with those words of encouragement, we press on. Yeah, actually, you might think you can't walk past that cage, but you can. Just keep some distance. Just be farther down in this hallway instead of being like farther up as I was, kind of stick to the bottom and that thing can't reach you. Oh, what's going on here? Oh no, one of the cells is opening. Who knows what unspeakable horror waits behind those steel bars. This last verse though, these bars. This section is composed solely of cages and occasional strange noises. The smell here is stifling. Apparently the holding cells are not well kept. One of them is opening. Let's see, can we escape before it opens? I mean, obviously we can, yes. Okay, more of the same here. I think that's just another one of those creatures that will kill us if we walk too close to its cage. Maybe we can avoid it. That thing is following us. Can we look at the monster? It's a dark, prehistoric-looking beast with plates covering its body. One outstanding feature is a pair of gigantic red lips. Okay. Well, this is the end of the hallway here, so we could actually avoid that creature by jumping into the elevator here and pushing a button and going down to some other floor. But let's see what happens if it catches us, just out of curiosity's sake. Oh, yuck. The dark and spiny beast with massive red lips grabs you and, after a longing glance, proceeds, don't read further if the phrase French kiss bothers you, to plant a very moist French kiss on you. You are left quite stunned. Now, this is of course reference to Alien. That thing, that black thing, is a parody, or it's basically a ripoff of the alien from the Alien movies. The only difference is, of course, it has those huge red lips, which the alien in the movie didn't have. And if you've seen the movie, you know, you can probably guess what happens now. We seem fine for now. We can walk around and we continue playing the game. But at some point, a baby alien will burst out of our chest and kill us, as the alien movies are famous for, as happens in those movies. So yeah, so I'm not going to show that now because you have to wait kind of a while for that to happen. But it's pretty easy to avoid that alien. Just don't walk that way. For this floor, for this floor 5 specifically, it's important that you enter from the left so that you can avoid that alien doing that to you. Or, I mean, you can come from the right, but then just be fast. You have to be fast, and because you can see it takes a while for its cage to open, so you can kind of outrun it if you're fast, because you have some time before it gets out of the cage. But I prefer to just enter from the left-hand side, and then you never have to run into it. So yeah, that is that, and we're back here in the elevator now. So we're pretty safe now because we're done with these corridors. We've gotten everything that we need from the corridors. But I want to show one thing which some of you might not know. And I actually just found about this, I found out about this a couple of days ago while researching kind of Easter eggs or kind of hidden stuff and things for this game. There's one thing which is not very apparent. There's one kind of funny death which, this thing again. Oh, that is annoying. That is very, very annoying. Okay. So yeah, we're getting very close to the end of the game now. Now that we have all the stuff we need, in the next I'll end this video soon, but in the next video we'll go down to that trap room with the acid in the floor, and we'll see what we can do there. And then after that, there are a few more things to do, but we are getting very close to the end of the game. I would say 1 or 2 more videos, and then the game is done. So let's jump in here. Yeah. So the funny death that you can trigger here is, since if you're in the bathroom here with the lighter, all you have to do is say light the lighter. Well, Roger Wilco, I guess he'll be paying methane a little more respect in the future. If Mr. Science were here, he would have explained that open flame and high concentrations of methane gas don't mix. Since you're dead, you'd best get to restoring. I am not Mr. Science, or any kind of professional scientist. I am not even trained in chemistry or physics or biology or any other branch of science. But I will go ahead and take a wild leap and claim that methane does not work that way. But that's just my opinion. That's just the opinion of an uninformed scientist. And if there are people who believe that Earth is flat, then there are probably people who believe that methane does work that way. So if it pleases you, you may imagine this is an actual thing that you can do. In fact, if you think so, you should probably try it. Try it out. Try it and see what results you get. And if you survive, let us know. Okay. This has been Space Quest 2. Thanks for watching, everyone. So next time, like I said, we'll continue here in the asteroid. But yeah, getting pretty close to the end of the game. So a couple of more dramatic cutscenes, and then the game will be over. So I'll see you then, folks. Again, thanks for watching. Take care, and ta-ta for now.